Hi guys, we're back at Smash Fishing. We're on the Foraging Mobile and we're going clamming, so stay tuned. It's Smash Fishing. Woo! Good old Stinky Pond. You know when you come past this bad boy. Come quite early today. The tide's quite high. I just wanted to get up early and mooch around the beach for a bit, so I thought I'd take you guys with me. I'm hoping to get a few more gaper clams today. I'm hoping that tide goes out low enough because I need some more gilt head bait. I haven't been uploading too much lately because I've been on a mission trying to catch them, but hey ho, hopefully we can find some today. First clam species we're after today, it's not a bad one at all. That's the cockle. I'll be eating a few of these today. Hopefully we can gather a few. On the lower part of the tide we'll be able to get some. I've got the little mini rake with me today. But at the start I'm just high up the beach at the moment, just scouring around. I'm looking for peeler crab. And all I'm doing is just going under the seaweed like this. Because usually you'll find a big male on top and then the squishy female underneath. This boat's definitely past its sell by date. Look at the props on it. Twin prop. Awesome little vessel. I say little, it's quite big. It's giving you guys a little show. And they keep it here as just a little landmark thing. Scuba cat. It's got a catamaran hull. Awesome to see. Back on the beach again. I just had to ride home. It was too hot for a beanie hat on today, so I switched to my foraging hat and I brought a bucket as well, because later on in the trip I'm going to try and dig some worms and hopefully we get enough clams for a cook-up. I've got the cooker with me, managed to get a few more ingredients, so hopefully we can make a day of it, baby. Hell yeah. It's amazing how fast that tide really moves out. I've only been gone about 10 minutes. And all of this was all covered in water before, so it just shows it's such a flat area that the tide just goes shooting out. You can see how vibrant all the seaweed is at the moment. I love the beach when it's all bright green like this. What I'm doing at the moment, as you can see, I'm just raking the first inch of the sand. And what it does is the cockles, they don't lay deep in the sand at all, so just the first inch, you don't need to dig down too far, and that's how you pop them out. Usually you can feel a little tap on the rake and that will tell you if they're there. Got some good sized cockles here, so I'm going to rake around a little bit and hopefully we can get a nice feed. It's always worth doing if you've got cockles, especially if you're going to eat them the same day, is just get a little bit of seawater in the bucket, and as you're foraging for the few hours, they'll expel the grit or most of it. It's best to always purge them overnight in the fridge with some fresh seawater, and that will expel 99% of all the grit. But I always like to eat mine on the beach. So just a few hours, we'll be surprised in how much grit they really get out. Usually when we're doing this, we usually find an area that will have a lot of small ones, and then you'll find one patch with really big ones. So you can see we've got all different sizes here, but that's the sort that I'm after. Nice, really big ones. So I found a good little spot here. Right, there's not a huge amount of cockles on this beach, but there's always enough just to rake up a little feed. and have a bit of fun on the beach while you're doing it. Fresh big cockles, baby. Finding some beauty cockles around here. Like I was saying before, usually find that little hot spot and then you can start building up some really good quality clams. That's what I found here in this little area. Hell yeah, bit of a backbreaker because there isn't a huge amount of cockles here, but we're getting some really big ones, so it's ideal for eating. We don't need a huge amount more, and then we'll move on and try and find some other stuff. Anyone know what sort of jelly that one is? I know they're not stingers. I've picked these up in the past, but yeah, if anyone sees a jellyfish, don't pick it up. But yeah, if anyone knows the species, it'd be interesting to know that. It's completely see-through, that jellyfish. We've got a lot around at the moment. We got the big purple ones. If I see any today, I'll show you guys. And then we got the brown ones as well that they sting. See, finding cockles everywhere. That's plenty of them for me now. That's an ideal little feed, that. See, beautiful sized cockles. And the good thing to note as well, at night time, you can see their eyes with a head torch. They look gold. And these are really easy to find at night time. But yeah, we got some beauty sized cockles there. So I'll have a little walk around the beach while the tide's going down. And hopefully, we can find some cool stuff. Just wading through the pool here. Because in the past, don't know if you can see all the little fish in here. I found pretty hefty flatfish just walking through this. You can see there's thousands of fish. And sometimes you can get some pretty big flatties just get stuck in this pool because it doesn't dry out. What's that? Fun on the beach. Always very important. Keep changing out the water so it's nice and fresh. And as they expel all the sand, you'll have nice clean cockles. Look at those bad boys. Lovely job. There we go. You only need an inch in the bottom just to make them expel. I'm just waiting for the tide to go down a little bit at the moment. So you can see, still up a bit. Once that goes down, hopefully we can find a few gaper clams. These right here, this is called blow logworm. I'm just digging for a few ragworm at the moment in this shingly bed, but this place gets dug a lot. And what I'm doing is just taking random forkfuls out and just keeping the worms that I find, because I'm fishing later on tonight. So hopefully we can dig up a bit of bait. That tide's starting to shoot out a bit more now. I'm just waiting for the clam beds to open. When you're digging for these worms, guys, it's pretty straightforward. It's just dig your heart out. Especially in a place like this where it gets dug a lot. It's quite difficult to get a number of worms, but I'm only after a little bit of bait today. There you go, nice sized blow log, goes in the bag. Hopefully we can start finding some ragworm. That's our main goal, because that is a cracking bait. That's a nice sized blow log, lovely. Come on. Oh, big cockle. Lovely sized cockle there. That's more like what we're looking for. That there's king ragworm. These are cracking bait for all sorts of species. I'm going to be using them after the gilt-edged bream. And that's exactly what we wanted. They got little teeth on these things as well. So I get that in the bag. What I'm doing is I'm putting all my worms in a bag at the moment, and when I get home I'll transfer them to newspaper and a bit of peat, and makes them last just that little bit longer. So I'm going to get at it now and hopefully we can get a nice pile of worm. Find some pretty good sized worms here, guys. Size of that one. That's a prime gilt-edge bait right there. I just found a little spot where it looks like people haven't really dug. Well, not much anyway, if you can get down. And I seem to be finding them deeper in the sand. It's really hard going. When I was younger, we used to be able to dig a bucket full in literally about 45 minutes. You could dig a couple of pound of rag. But at the moment, it's definitely been hammered. There's one. Another good sized worm there. My other one's disappearing. And these are the sort of baits I want. I don't want the smaller worms. I want these nice juicy ones. I've almost got enough worms now, guys. It's just for a little fishing trip later. As you can see, we've got some good sized worms. Lovely stuff. And I'm going to keep them in seaweed for a bit and just try and keep them alive as long as I can till I get home. Got a couple of really big ones. Check that out. Lovely sized worms they are. So I'm just going to dig for 20 minutes longer, then we're going to head down the clam bed. Hopefully we get a feast. Had enough of bait digging now, so we're going to move down to the clam beds. They look like they're exposed, so hey ho, we'll go down there. We've got a nice pile of worms in that bag now, enough for what I'm doing tonight, and hopefully we can get a nice bass or a gilt-head. Getting your fill of clams too, buddy. What I'm doing here, guys, this is a gaper clam hole, and you can tell by the size of the siphon as you dig the first scoop out. You can take a second one if you want to. What I like to do, just not to disturb the sand too much, I like to take one fork out, and there you go. Look at the size of that for a clam. That's a great bait, and a lot of people do eat these as well. But we'll cook a couple of them up today if we get enough, and then we'll save the rest for gilt-head fishing tonight. Beautiful. Look at the size of that. That's what you call a cockle. Hell yeah, that's massive. I didn't expect to find one that size. That's a proper cockle right there. That's going right in the bucket. Got another beauty there. I'm just literally walking around at the moment, just trying to find some razor clam holes or some gaper clam. They're not showing up much at the moment. I started over there near the bucket. I'm still walking around. Doesn't seem to be a huge amount showing, but hopefully as the tide goes down a bit more we can start finding them. I'm not sure if this is a gaper clam or a razor clam. There was just a big squirt of water come up, so I think it's a gaper. Pretty sure of that one. Right, just get this out, get digging. Always watch your hands though, because you can cut your hands doing this. That's the last thing you want to do. But if you're really careful, you can just work your way down really slowly, and eventually you will feel the shell. If I can find it. I found it. Feels like quite a big one, this one. Yeah, the tide hasn't been showing them as much at the moment. Let's get you guys. It's a lovely sized clam. Check that out. Beautiful. Hey, he's taking a pee. There we go. Another clam down. Something really therapeutic about this. Just walking along the beach, and all I'm doing is just jabbing, as I drop the clam, jabbing my fork into the sand, and what it does is make them squirt their water up through their valve, and it's a telltale giveaway for these clams. So 2 big ones now. I'm going to walk around for another 20 minutes and once that tide turns, we're going to switch it up and go get the pot and pan and cook some clams. I'm actually looking forward to this because I'm starving. Size of that for a bit of sugar kelp. That's a really wide one, that. It always amazes me how strong the holdfast is on them. Because like, you see how small that is, and that would drag in the tide loads. And it never usually breaks. It usually comes off where the holdfast connects to the rock. The size of that clam. Oh, it's dead, that one. God, I was gonna say, that's a huge clam. A lot of growth on it, but it's dead. I'm just working my way back up to my push bike now. We're gonna go get the cooker. I've got all my pot and pan ready, guys. Just walked up the top of the beach here because I've seen lots of sea beet. And I'm looking for the fresher sort of leaves, like these ones. Ideal little leaves for eating, these ones. These ones look a bit yellow, so I don't really want that. There's abundance of it here. I never knew that. So it's always worth having a little scout about. And you can always tell the sea beet by the little waxy feel to it. I don't like the stems, so I'll be taking them off. I'm gonna get a handful of this now, and we get back down to the pot. Oh yeah, feeling hungry now. So I've got my good old green pot. I haven't used this in a while. Get that on the heat. What I've got is a bit of water, just a splash in there, just for a bit of steam. I'll get my knife out. What a beautiful day. I'm going to be fishing the rise today from 3 hours up, so hopefully I can get a few fish. What I've got is parsley leaf. Get a little bit of that in there. The wind don't blow it all away. Beautiful. I got a fresh lemon. Beautiful. And then we get fresh lemon in there. This is just the way I like to cook my clams. And we got a bit of garlic. You can't go wrong with a bit of garlic. So what I'll do is just get one clove, just to add to it all. Trying to keep all my rubbish in one place at the moment. Always got to take it back. And what I'm doing, I'm just going to chunk it all up and get it in the pan. Beautiful. This is going to take, I can smell the parsley leaf already. And then last of all, a good dollop of good old Guernsey butter. It's by far my favourite butter, this. You can see it's been melting in my bag for a while. I've been on the beach for about 3 hours now, so the clams would have purged quite a lot. That's ideal. So I'll get this to a nice steam and we'll get cooking, baby. Hell yeah. So there you go, guys. As you can see, I was cleaning this water out quite a lot, and look how much sand is in the bottom of that. That's in 3 hours, and that water was spotless before. So it just shows how much stuff actually comes out of them. Big old gaper clam. I'm going to cook this one today. I'm going to keep this one for bait for later, because that does 3 gilt head baits for me. So that's more valuable to me as bait. So there we go. It's all on a nice steam there now. So we get our big clam in and start loading up all of our cockles. Beautiful. I'm actually really hungry. I haven't eaten anything today yet. And it's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So these are going to go down an absolute treat. Can't beat it when you forage your own food. Beautiful. Look at the size of that cockle. That was a monster. Lovely job. Oh, bugger it. I'm quite hungry. Let's stick the other gaper in. Why not? Beautiful. Just sorting my worms out. Putting them in the bucket so they're spread out a little bit. Some cracking sized worms in there though. Those are going to be perfect for tonight. Because it's so hot today, I'm just trying to keep these as cool as I can. So I'll keep the bag over them like that, and they should be good for the next few hours until I'm fishing. Let's get back down there. I love days like this, where you just gallivanting around the beach, grabbing a bit of bait, a little bit of food, have a nice cook up. Oh, you can't beat it. Oh, I'm chirping. And on a beautiful day as well. Just need that wind to do one. These are smelling absolutely delicious. Can't wait. That parsley leaf gives it a really nice smell. Plus the garlic. Can't beat that. I've got half a lemon left, so I'm going to squeeze some lemon over them once I've done. Especially the gapers as well. Because last time I tried gapers was probably a year and a half ago, I'd say. So we're going to give them another try. Last time I think we fried them, so this way they might be better. Can't forget our greens. I've washed these off before in seawater. Any sort of plant life, you want to wash it off in the seawater, make sure it's all clean. I'll sprinkle those on top, and those will whittle down with all the clams. Beautiful. That big clam's opening up nicely now. Check that out. Looks delicious. Oh yeah, smelling good. If only you could smell this, guys. Just get some of that juice out. Look at that. That's what you call a clam cook. Oh yeah. Some beautiful sized cockles. And I'm absolutely starving at the moment. Not one bit of grit in that. You're always going to get the odd one, but for the most part they're amazing. And sea beet is delicious as well. We've had this quite a lot on the channel now, and it's a big favourite of mine, because there is a few edible plants that I don't like eating. I just don't like the texture. The best part about it all is just sitting on the beach, enjoying the view. Dog walkers absolutely everywhere. There we go. Get a nice leaf there, couple of cockles in it, and you got a cockle and sea beet sandwich. Oh, it's amazing. I forgot how good these really are. Best part about being on the beach as well is you can throw the shells. There we go. We'll try a nice gaper clam. That's what the gaper clam looks like. And all of this is edible as well. I can see a little bit of sand in there, so I'm going to take that bit off. I don't like the look of that. Beautiful. There we go. It's just like a giant cockle, really. Excuse me. I'm not keen on that. It's like rubber. So the gaper clams are a fail. The taste is actually quite nice. It's the texture. It's like chewing on a piece of rubber. I'll choose cockles any day of the week. So maybe they'll be better a different way. There we go. What's that giant cockle? What I used to do with my dad when I was younger, when we did this, is get a big shell, and then you can get the juice, and that's like a soup. And all of the gaper clam, the cockles and everything, expel a bit of salt. So that's why I use fresh water a lot, because you don't need the seawater, because there's so much salt water inside the clams that it adds to it anyway. But sea beet and cockle, you cannot beat that. There's a dog running riot right now. So I won't leave you any longer, guys. I'm going to finish off this delicious meal. I'm not going to eat that gaper clam because it's just not good. I wasn't a fan when we fried them. I'm still not a fan now. But cockles are absolutely delicious cooked this way. Cannot go wrong. So if you like my channel, like and subscribe. There's going to be plenty more to come. Next month we've got the really big tide, so hopefully we can go out and get a few lobsters. On these nip tides, you just don't find them in the numbers that we usually do, so I'm just trying to mix things up, do a few cockles and clam cooks, and hopefully I can get a gilt head soon. I've been on a mad mission for them. They're smash fishing.